Welcome to this exclusive review of Qatar Airways First Class, one of the world's most prestigious airlines. Today I'm flying from Sydney to Doha to experience their flagship first class cabin firsthand. With Qatar Airways recently winning Airline of the Year at the Skytrack Awards, expectations are high. But does their first class service, dining and luxury truly live up to the hype? Join me as I uncover the full experience. Let's get started. Welcome to the channel. My journey started at Sydney Airport's International Terminal. Qatar Airways check-in was located in Zone J. There was a dedicated first-class desk, although I had to wait a few minutes before being checked in. The baggage allowance was 50 kilograms or £110, plus 2 items of hand luggage weighing up to 15 kilograms or £33 in total. Checked in, it was then a walk across the terminal to immigration and security. There were dedicated lanes for business and first-class passengers. After security, you arrived in the main shopping area. My flight was departing from Pier C, where Qatar Premium passengers had access to the Air New Zealand lounge. This flight was part of a round trip from London to Sydney. The original business class fare was £6,853. Online, I was offered an upgrade to first class for this one sector for an additional £1,088, making a total fare of £7,941. It was a pretty long walk to get to Pier C. I hope you're enjoying the review. Please do leave a like, subscribe for future reviews, and let me know what you think in the comments. At Pier C, the airline lounges were up escalators on the first floor. The Air New Zealand lounge was spacious. I quickly settled in with a glass of sparkling wine. A selection of food was available at the buffet. After about an hour, it was time to leave the lounge and head to the gate. The gate was directly below the lounge, so not far away at all. Boarding hadn't quite started, so I explored some of the duty-free shops. Back at the gate, various lines had started to form, with one for first and business class passengers. The flight was on an Airbus A380-800 aircraft, registration Alpha 7 Alpha Papa Foxtrot. It was 9 years old. It was the same aircraft I'd flown on the 2 previous sectors from London out to Sydney. After a few minutes, the first and business class lane was invited to board the aircraft. No priority was given to first over business. On entering the aircraft, business class passengers were directed to their seats, but first class passengers were escorted by a member of the cabin crew. First class was in the front cabin of the upper deck. There were 8 suites in a 1-2-1 configuration. I was in the middle of the aircraft in seat 2F. There was a screen divider between the 2 middle seats, which could be lowered, but there was no door to provide privacy for the suite. The seat was large, with a width of 23 inches. There was a reading light over your shoulder. The seat could recline to form a fully flat 78-inch bed. In one armrest was a compartment with a bottle of water and controller for the entertainment screen, next to which was a literature compartment to store the menus. In front of the seat was a 26-inch high-definition screen, next to which was a lamp and a plug socket. A mattress topper and blanket sat on the ottoman. There was space below this footstool to store a bag. The seat was very open to the aisle. There were no overhead bins, although each suite had its own wardrobe to store some luggage. Soon a glass of rosé champagne arrived. It was Taittinger Comte de Champagne 2013. A bowl of cheese and olives was also provided. A voucher for complimentary Wi-Fi was handed out. More on that later. A wet towel was provided. An amenity kit and pyjamas were handed out. The amenity kit included socks and an eye mask, earplugs, creams, lip balm and a selection of eau de toilettes. Other than a couple of extra fragrances, the kit was identical to the business class amenity kit. Doors closed, the safety video played.
Welcome aboard this Qatar Airways flight. Please pay attention as we take you on a journey to our many destinations and demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft.
As the video finished, Arabic coffee and dates were offered. We pushed back from the gate on time to taxi across the airfield to runway 16 right. Not having a window seat, I had to watch the takeoff on the entertainment system. The flight time from Sydney to Doha was scheduled to be just over 15 hours. However, our flight plan meant we could expect a shorter journey of 13 hours and 45 minutes. Shortly after takeoff, I was brought another glass of rosé champagne, alongside some crisps. I checked out the complimentary Wi-Fi. As with my outbound flights, I struggled to get the system to work. At least this time I hadn't paid. The entertainment system could be controlled from a handset beside the seat. A fair range of movies and TV shows were available, although not as extensive as other airlines. Noise-cancelling headphones were also provided. Another handset on the other side of the seat controlled the seat recline. Next to it was a USB-A port. The meal service was available at any point. I chose to dine soon after takeoff. The menu included a caviar service, followed by a choice each of starters, main course and dessert. Other than the caviar, the menu was very similar to the business class offering. A large table folded out in front of the seat. A crew member laid a tablecloth and place setting. An amuse-bouche was served. Then I opted for the sweet potato and lemongrass soup for my starter, which was good. For main course I selected the beef tenderloin with peppercorn sauce. This was served with celeriac puree, sautéed kale and baby carrots. The meat was very dry and not particularly appetizing. I concluded the meal with some ice cream. Overall, I was a bit disappointed with the meal. It was no real enhancement from the business class experience. A very good selection of wines was available. They averaged £145 per bottle, or £113 if you excluded the fizz. This was over £100 per bottle higher than the business class selection. A range of cocktails and premium spirits were also available, again an upgrade from the business class list. There were 2 toilets for first class, both at the front of the cabin. They were very spacious. Diptyque toiletries were provided. There was also a drawer with toothbrushes, mouthwash, razors and combs. I changed into the complimentary pyjamas I had been given before takeoff. They were nice and soft to wear. The crew had converted my bed. It was comfortable and wide, although pretty exposed to the aisle. That said, I did manage several hours of sleep. After which I went to the onboard lounge for a drink. This was located towards the rear of the upper deck and was available to both first and business class passengers. a bit more sleep, and then I ordered a pot of tea before breakfast was served. There was a choice each of starter and main course, with a selection of pastries. I opted for the seasonal fresh fruit to start. A fresh croissant was served as part of the pastry selection. And then for main course, I chose the ricotta pancakes with caramel sauce. I finished things off with a blueberry and lemon muffin. The breakfast was very good and far better than the earlier main meal. A box of chocolates and a wet towel were offered as we prepared to land. The cabin lights were dimmed for the landing into Doha. We came into land on runway 34 left and then taxied back across the airfield to Concourse A. What were my overall conclusions about the flight? The upgrade from business didn't really have any benefits on the ground. The upgrade deal said it excluded access to the first class lounge, but there wasn't one near the gate in Sydney in any event. First class didn't get priority boarding over business class, which was a bit strange. On board, the service was very good. There were 3 cabin crew looking after 7 passengers. The seat was comfortable and large and converted into a good bed. However, the lack of a door on the suite did mean you didn't get the level of privacy you might expect. I was also disappointed that the bedding and amenity kit were no real upgrade from what was offered in business class. The food was a bit of a letdown, with no real enhancement from business class, although the wine list was very impressive. The entertainment system was okay, but was quite limited in content for such a long flight, and the onboard Wi-Fi was unusable. I don't think the level of upgraded service did justify the £1,000 upgrade cost. But what do you think? Would you upgrade to Qatar First Class? Let me know in the comments. And please do subscribe to my channel for future reviews.